Our next guest is Colby, and he is a handsome guy. He's one of our strays, so we don't know that much about him. We've aged him to be approximately 1.5 to 2 years old, so he's a relatively young guy. He's pretty calm when you walk by his cage. He's usually just curled up in his little ball, taking a nap, watching people walk by, fairly relaxed. So if you're looking for a calm cat, he might be a great choice for you. He seems to be quite content sitting on Aspen's lap right now, getting loved on, kind of watching the cameraman, taking it all in, not really making any noise, just very mellow and relaxed. When we do get strays in, we never know what their previous history is. So when they come into the shelter, the shelter is a very stressful environment for the animals. So when he gets home, his behavior there might be different than what you've seen in the shelter. We try to do our best to give you all of the information that we have, but their personalities can change as they get more comfortable. A guy like, say, Colby, who's very calm and quiet here in the shelter, once he gets home, he might, and feels very comfortable, he might become more active, and he might be really playful or really vocal. It's hard to say that the way they are in the shelter is 100% going to be the way that they are when they get home. One thing that we have learned about Colby here in the shelter is that he does not like to have his nails trimmed. So that's a two-person job for us here at the shelter. So when you're thinking about taking him home, we often tell people that to keep their nails trimmed. That helps with scratching and things like that, but it might be best if you had a groomer or your vet trim Colby's nails, just because he's not a fan of that, and you want to make sure that you're not cutting too much off of that, if it can be painful for them, and you also want to make sure that you stay safe as well. So those are all factors that you want to think about when you're taking home an animal. It's not going to mean that Colby wouldn't be a great pet for you and your kids. It just means that you should probably not try to trim his nails on your own. He has a great little peachy nose and some very beautiful and interesting eyes. So if you think that those eyes are going to be what gets to your heart, stop by and visit with Colby and see if he's going to be the perfect match for your family.